In this video, I'm going to show you how to perform a mail merge in Microsoft Word 2013. Mail merge is a really useful feature for businesses and nonprofits because it allows you to customize a letter to send out to a mailing list. In this video, I'll be showing you an example letter from a charity. As you can see, I've already written the letter that I want to send out to my mailing list. I left placeholders in the letter where I'm going to merge in information from my list. This list could be generated from a database or compiled from another source. You can also perform mail merge from a list of contacts from Microsoft Outlook. So to start, take a look at this spreadsheet that I have. This is where all of my information has been prepared. In the spreadsheet, I have a column that has the name, the company of the person, their address, their phone number, their email address, and also a column that has the amount of money that they've donated to my charity. This information contains about 500 different addresses. And so using mail merge, I'm going to be able to send emails to each of these people that is specifically targeted at them. Now, before I can merge the information, I have to close this spreadsheet. So I'm going to close it and go back into Word. Once back in Word, I'm going to select my recipient list and start adding mail merge letters to my letter. To get started, I go up to the Mailings tab in the ribbon, and I choose Select Recipient. From there, I'm going to choose Use an Existing List, and now I need to find my spreadsheet. I've saved mine on my desktop for easy access. The first row of my data contains headers, and click OK. And now, it doesn't look any different, except for now, these fields are active so that I can insert them. Word has a couple of special merge fields, like the greeting line merge field and the address block merge field. These are very common tasks used in mail merge, but I can also just insert merge fields individually, inserting their first name, last name, company, etc., which will just bring in the information from that list into my letter. So let's get started. I'm going to add an address block here, and it allows me to go through and make sure that I like how they have it set up. So I'm going to go with their full names, and that looks formatted properly, and I'll click OK. And now I'll delete my placeholder. And instead of person, I'm going to delete that and add my greeting line. Dear da 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 da, and I'm going to use a colon, make it a little bit more formal. And if there isn't a name, I'm going to let it choose Dear Sir or Madam. And I can go through and you can see that it will create each of those specific greeting lines. And the last thing I need to add is this donation here. I want it to put in how much the individual donated so that it reminds them of their donation from the previous year. So in here, I'm going to go to Insert Merge field, and I'm going to pick the donation field. And you'll remember that in my spreadsheet, that was the field that had the numerical amount that they donated. Okay, so once I have these in here, I can preview my results to see what it'll look like once it's merged. I'm going to preview results. And so I've got Jonathan England, Mitchell, Michael, Esquire, 3891 Maryvale Road, etc. Let's look at the next one. Okay, that's pretty good. I think that I'm going to go through and change how this address line is being done. I don't like the way that the address block has the spaces in here. So I'm going to go and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to go in my first line. I want first name, last name. The second line, I'll put their address. And the third line, I'm going to put city, comma, state, or in this case, province, and also postal code. There we go. I like the look of that better. And here, you'll notice that I have the number in, but I need a $sign in front of it so that it looks proper. There we go. I like the look of that much better. Okay, and so you can see that now I've got any number of letters that I want, and once I'm happy with what I have, I can click Finish and Merge, and I can decide to print the documents. And this will just print all of the documents to whichever printer I choose, as I would normally print, and then I can pack them off and mail them. Or alternatively, you can actually send them as email messages directly if you have Microsoft Outlook set up. Since I'm going to mail these letters, I need to print out envelopes or mailing labels. To do this, I'm going to actually start a new document and use the mailings options again. So I have my new document here. I'm going to my mailings option. I'm going to go to Start Mail Merge. Here I'm going to choose envelopes. And the first thing it asks me is what size is the envelopes. You can choose from any of these, but you're just going to pick the one that is on your box of envelopes and click OK. It's now changed what the document looks like, so that it has a return address area in the top left and an area in the center for your sending address. So my return address I'm going to type up here. Charities International. And just like before, in my block here, I'm going to go into Select Recipients and use an existing list. I go and find my spreadsheet again, and I can insert merge fields. First name, last name, address, city, state, zip code. And I'll preview the results. I don't like the commas. And those are ready to go. When I'm finished, I go to Finish and Merge, Print Documents. I make sure that my printer is loaded with envelopes, and I print it. Now, Mail Merge can actually be used for any number of useful tasks. If you find a task where you have to create repetitive documents, you might be able to do with a Mail Merge. Another use for Mail Merge could be for making labels. So if you're creating labels not just for mailing labels, but maybe it is names for an event, you could create a spreadsheet that lists everybody's name and their job, and then just go into labels and use your merge fields to fill in what the labels would look like.